Miss Knows It All is a pretty good episode of All Grown Up. This is the fourth episode of the second season, and this one focuses on Angelica, and I'll get in with the main narrative in a moment, but we have a subplot involving basically all of the other characters except Angelica, creating a tranquility garden with their teacher. Honestly, I found that part of the narrative to be really boring. I didn't care for it. But the final scene focusing on that part of the narrative I thought was very funny. I didn't expect it. It made me laugh. So while the journey with that part of the narrative was dull, the destination was fabulous. So I rather enjoyed it in the end. The story with Angelica focuses on perspective and what really counts as a problem. Savannah is having a party. It's the first time Angelica has been invited to one of Savannah's parties. And while Angelica is helping out at the hospital with Susie, it's worth pointing out that her mother forced her to go to do the hospital's volunteering. But it's still nice to see Angelica doing something for other people. Unfortunately, because she's in such a hurry to get done with the volunteering, she kind of falls and hits her nose, and she has to wear a bandage on her nose, and she decides to pretend to have a more serious illness so that she can stay in hospital, so that she can get out of going to Savannah's party, because she doesn't want people to see her with a bandage on her face. And while she's in hospital, she has to learn that there are much worse things that can happen to somebody than either missing a party or being stared at because you have a bandage. And I won't say exactly how this message comes about, but she meets some other people at the hospital, and it helps to put things into perspective. And I think that this is a really great message for anybody of any age, because I think we all get so wrapped up in the small things that we forget to see the bigger picture and see what's really important, but particularly for teenagers who stereotypically do care more about trivial things than the bigger picture. I'm stereotyping, but in general, because you're younger and you haven't experienced the world as much, the small things like a friend's party can seem like a really big deal. And of course, this is what we have with Angelica, and I think the hospital setting was a really great way to deliver this message. The animation is brilliant. It's great. Well, I was going to say it's great to see Angelica with a bandage on her face. What I mean by that is it's very effectively done. The pink hospital gowns that she wears and the other characters wear, I think looked great. Really helped create a good atmosphere, and I rather enjoyed it. As I said, the Tranquility Garden part of it, I didn't care for it. Yes, it was nice to have an excuse to see the other characters, such as Phil and Lil, but honestly, it was padding. But as I said, the way that that part of the narrative concluded, I really thoroughly enjoyed. So I'm okay with that. But Angelica's story is very moving and very thought provoking, and something that anybody of any age can really benefit from. And I think they did a really great job with it. It's a really great episode.